Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday, the 11th of October, going through until Sunday, the 17th of October 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go through each day this week to see what the planets are doing, how they interact with one another, and what energy that brings up for you. And the thinking behind that is if you know what's supported by the astrology and what isn't supported, then you can focus on the good stuff and you don't waste your time on things that aren't going to shift anyway. What's interesting this week is that Mercury, the communication planet, is in retrograde until the 18th of October. So it's in retrograde all week. And on the one hand, Mercury retrograde causes problems with communication. So emails may not be delivered. The movers may show up later and take the wrong exit. Computers don't turn on. Contracts aren't what they seem. So that's the negative. On the flip side, it opens up your perspective and it allows you to think differently. And at the same time this week, we've got Jupiter in Aquarius forming a lot of aspects with other planets. So it plays a really pivotal role this week. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune. It's in Aquarius, the sign of the thinker and the teacher and the intellectual. So that urges you to think big and to think outside of the box. So combined with the Mercury retrograde, you're willing to do things differently. And then Jupiter really broadens your mindset and your perspective. So there can be real breakthroughs and eureka moments. If you're a scientist or if you're problem solving, that is very much supported all week. So if there are things in your life which have eluded you, either at work or in your personal life, you've tried to figure them out and you haven't been able to, this week you'll find new ways of making sense of your circumstances, and you can make a lot of progress and find a lot of meaning in things which haven't made sense before at all. So that's super positive. Let's have a look at what's going on each day, starting with Monday, the 11th of October. We've got the Sagittarius moon forming a sextile with Jupiter in Aquarius. That's interesting. The moon is what comes naturally and easily. In Sagittarius, what's going to be really easy for you is to do things which feel meaningful and to look to the future and say, how can I make my life work more effectively for me? How can I have a better time? How can I have more significance and meaning in everything that I'm doing? And Sagittarius is actually ruled by Jupiter. So the fact that they're connecting, that bodes really well here at the beginning of the week. Jupiter is in Aquarius. So what's easy is to think about your life and your circumstances and what you want to create. And then it gives you the strength and the courage to actually pursue those things in a practical way. The moon moves into Capricorn later on in the day at 7:15 in the evening. And when the moon's in Capricorn, it's in an earth sign. And Capricorn particularly, I always call it the sign of the worker. It's concerned with your career and your practical circumstances, your physical health, and overcoming obstacles. So the good thing about this is that you have this amazing mindset that you're able to think big, but you can apply it specifically to your practical circumstances. Mercury in Libra quincunxes Uranus and Taurus. That's very interesting because things that may usually seem chaotic or outside of your control, you'll see the beauty in those things and hidden opportunities that you can work with. So on Monday, you're raring to go, you're enthusiastic about what's next, and you're future oriented. If you take that energy too far, and if you don't focus it though, it could potentially make you somewhat hyperactive or even cause feelings of anxiety. That calms down later on during the day when the moon shifts gears into Capricorn, but I feel that an easy way to manage Monday is to set particular goals and particular things that are practical and realistic, where you can work on having a breakthrough or removing an obstacle outside of your life. If you do that, you're channeling the energy into something specific, and the force of that energy allows you to move forward. If you're unfocused and you're doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, that can make you overly energized, and you could find yourself kind of bouncing off the walls and getting very little done. So having that discipline and saying, I want to work on specific things, that's very important on Monday. So mundane things may inspire you. So doing things like flipping through a magazine or cleaning your kitchen or doing a bit of gardening, by focusing on the details, you may get some answers in an area of your life that's completely unrelated. So the little things lead to big ideas. And that's, again, a very unique energy that crops up here on Monday. Tuesday, the 12th of October, we've got the Capricorn moon forming a square with Chiron in Aries. So the Capricorn moon continues this focus on the things that are practical and where you can make changes in a real sense. And the friction between the moon and Chiron is the wounded healer. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the sign of the ram. So by working on things that you want to eliminate, things that give you a headache, things that block you or keep your life kind of rigid and small, those are the things that you have a really good affinity for. So there's this amazing can-do attitude, and especially the things that are hard or where you haven't succeeded in the past, you will want to revisit those. And if you do revisit them with the Jupiter in Aquarius energy, it's very likely that you get the information you need to actually have a breakthrough. The Capricorn moon also squares Mercury in Libra, Mars in Libra, and the Sun in Libra. So you're able to see opportunities that at other times you may miss. You have an incredible sense of drive, and your energy levels are heightened. The Capricorn moon trines Uranus in Taurus and sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So you're willing to work with things which are very challenging, and you're not going to be put off by those. And I feel it's partially because of Neptune in Pisces. There's this natural appreciation that everything's going to work out well, and you feel competent, and your imagination is working very well to help you see different ways of solving problems. So there's this amazing sense of self-reliance on Tuesday that does encourage you to keep moving ahead. Work is going to feel like a safe refuge on Tuesday because there's so much going on in other areas of your life. If you have certain things that you can focus on, it's going to calm you down because you'll feel good about the process and what you're getting done. You are creative on Tuesday and you get on well with other people. You find it easy to put yourself in someone else's shoes and to find common ground. And because of all of that, it's a good day to date, to ask for help, and to work with colleagues. And especially if any of those things are challenging for you under normal circumstances, you'll find the connection with other people and listening to their ideas and being teachable, you'll find that really easy on Tuesday. So problem solving continues to be supported, and circumstances that would usually stress you out, they are resolved easily and with a sense of calm and good-natured kind of, I can do this. If I roll up my sleeves and I keep working at it, I will get this done. So that's kind of priceless, this sense that I'm on my own side, I'm competent. If I keep working hard enough, then everything's going to turn out all right. If you feel that way, then that's half the battle won, because you approach it with a really positive frame of mind, and then it's likely that you can work through these issues. Wednesday, the 13th of October, we've got the Capricorn moon forming a conjunction with Pluto in Capricorn, and it sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So Pluto is the planet of transformation and change, the phoenix rising from the ashes. In Capricorn, it can change your circumstances quite dramatically, and the conjunction, so the moon sitting right on top of it, means that you feel aligned with that process. You're okay with change. It's okay if my job changes, or if I decide to eat differently, or if I decide to exercise or change up my routine. And again, I think Neptune is very helpful in all of that, because it says if you make these changes, you don't have to be afraid, everything's all right. So where we have anxiety possibly on Monday, on Tuesday and Wednesday, you feel very supported, and like anything that you do, and if you work on it, it's going to turn out well. Venus in Sagittarius gives you a sense of enthusiasm, motivation, and adventure. It sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, so you may want to engage with other people's ideas and the rules and to see how you can get them to work for you. The moon enters Aquarius at 10:47 in the evening, and that takes this thing about ideas being heightened via Jupiter, and it blows it up even more, and it makes you very comfortable thinking in abstract terms. The Sun in Libra quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. So even the creative side of things are supported. And it's not just creativity, painting and writing and composing music. It's getting creative about your relationships and your circumstances and what you can do specifically to alter them. So Wednesday is amazing because dreams can come true, manifestation may occur, and fears may be realized. What you're thinking and trying to realize takes on this earthy quality, and it's almost like the spiritual reality is leaking into the physical reality. So the veil is really thin, and what exists for you internally is manifested almost instantly. You may feel like you can convince other people to do things with the force of your personality and with charm. So that's interesting. You can do that, but be careful about using that effectively and not making other people do things that they don't want to do and going into manipulation mode, because that influence, the influence you have on other people, that'll wear off sooner or later, and it can cause problems for you later on in the week. So, of course, if you're trying to explain something or teach something, then you do want to convince people that this is worth listening to, right? But you don't want to sell people things that they don't want, or to convince them to do things which aren't aligned with their beliefs and values, because those people will then turn around later on and say, well, actually, was I just talked into that? I'm not going to do that. And then you have a problem. So make sure that you're only delivering things which you think are positive and helpful. You use your creativity to see the best in things and can therefore manifest good things into your reality on Wednesday. Wow. Thursday, the 14th of October, we've got the moon in Aquarius that conjuncts Saturn in Aquarius. So that's interesting. On Wednesday, we have the Capricorn moon and Pluto in Capricorn, so lots of earth. Now on Thursday, we have even more air. So earth is work, air is ideas and thinking. The moon in Aquarius is an affinity for thinking outside of the box. Saturn in Aquarius is an appreciation for the rules. So you're in a space now where you can build on what already is out there. So if you read a book, it may inspire you to write something else which takes that info to the next level. Sextiles Venus in Sagittarius. So I can do this if I feel motivated by it, if I have a sense of connection, if I can relate. And then Chiron in Aries takes that to the next level, and it says if you feel motivated by certain ideas or information that's out there and you make it your own, then not only are you going to be able to heal yourself and your circumstances and solve your own problems, but you can teach other people how that they can do that for themselves. The Aquarius moon trines Mercury in Libra. So appreciation for things that haven't made sense in the past, and also being able to get those nuggets of hidden meaning and making it using it to your own advantage. And it squares Uranus and Taurus. So chaos, as it was earlier in the week, things that would usually stress you out, you can see the potential opportunities hidden in that chaos and how you can transform it to serve your own purposes. So Thursday is an amazing day for new ideas, inspiration, and new inventions. So Wednesday and Thursday are amazing days. If you've worked on a project and you haven't had that eureka moment yet, the light bulb hasn't gone off, focus on that as much as you can on Thursday. So this is really when that energy of Jupiter in Aquarius becomes strongest, and try and engage with it as much as possible, because answers will come easily. You may be inconvenienced by some news or circumstances that you have to deal with, so be disciplined in staying on track. That's interesting, because whenever you have something that's elevated and heightened, like you're an amazing singer, usually that person will then have some sort of a problem that goes along with that. And on this day, we have this heightened opportunity for inspiration. So then what comes along with that is other forces at work to try and distract you and that try and say, don't focus on breakthroughs, just pay your bills and cook someone else dinner and just keep it mundane and practical. So it's important that you don't let that opportunity slip by you, because it seems like the ego at work to me here. It doesn't want these new inventions to appear on planet Earth, so it's going to try and distract anyone who's getting warmer and warmer and warmer and who will be able to create something fabulous. Friday the 15th of October, we've got the Aquarius moon forming a trine with Mars in Libra. So you're very invested in your own ideas and getting them out there. You're very driven to do something about that. It conjuncts Jupiter in Aquarius. So it's all ideas on Friday. And it trines the Sun in Libra. Wow. So again, that theme comes up for me, that you're able to build on things which other people have put out into the public sphere. And you're able to expand upon those ideas. The Sun in Libra trines Jupiter in Aquarius. So even if you aren't someone who's the greatest reader in the world, or you prefer to be practical and to keep things grounded and real, you will have an interest in things that only exist in the realms of the imagination and in the realms of thinking. And if you allow yourself to engage with that whole process, you'll find some answers for yourself and for others. So on Friday, brainstorming and inspiration and curiosity may lead to some heated discussions with other people that allow you to solve personal and interpersonal problems. Sharing your ideas and problems will allow you to make headway and to put action plans into place. Wow. Saturday, the 16th of October, we have the moon going into Pisces at 4:22 in the morning. So now we're in the realm of water, the intuition, spirituality, and that is a very big shift as far as this week is concerned, because we haven't had that much water. The Pisces moon squares Venus in Sagittarius. It quincunxes Mercury in Libra and sextiles Uranus in Taurus. Wow. So you're very emotionally invested in doing something that has purpose for you. You can see things that have been hidden. Your perspective is still open, and you're willing to work with things that are complicated and that may feel outside of your control. Venus in Sagittarius trines Chiron in Aries. So ultimately, the most pleasurable thing on Saturday is to make headway and to overcome obstacles. Mars in Libra quincunxes Neptune in Pisces. You're able to think creatively, and maybe that's why you're able to jump over hurdles, or you're actually able to have a wonderful creative output on Saturday. Mercury in Libra also sextiles Venus in Sagittarius. Okay. So that allows you to change direction and to change course. So if you've galloped off doing something that isn't working, you're able to change direction and say, okay, that isn't working. I'm willing to adapt and to look at something that actually will work. So on Saturday, the emotions become involved in a meaningful way for the first time in the week, and you may prefer to feel your feelings than to continue on and to work hard. So if you feel depleted, or you're like, okay, I've done enough here this week, then Saturday is a good day to recharge your batteries by doing things like meditating or spending time with loved ones or simply relaxing. A day out or travel plans will also inspire you and soothe your nerves if they have become somewhat frazzled with everything that you've done this week. Because I mean, Wednesday and Thursday, you can manifest and really have amazing ideas, but it is quite demanding. So make sure that on Saturday, if you can, you schedule in some time for yourself. Sunday, the 17th of October, we've got the Sun in Libra forming a square with Pluto in Capricorn. So an appreciation for change and a willingness to change, a willingness to engage with other people and to listen to what they want to say and to alter the nature of your connection with other people. The Pisces moon conjuncts Neptune in Pisces, so huge levels of imagination now. Sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. Quincunxes Mars in Libra and the Sun in Libra. So you can change your circumstances profoundly, and you can also be creative about those circumstances, and you can be creative in an artistic sense. And then Jupiter in Aquarius goes direct. So all of these fabulous new ideas can now be implemented In terms of your relationships on Sunday, someone you know may confront you with a difficult decision or give you an ultimatum. There's a tendency with all the Pisces stuff to make other people happy so that the problem goes away as such, and to ignore your own needs. So be careful when agreeing to something that you don't want to be doing. It's similar to when you were super charming and influential earlier in the week. It's not about um, bullying other people into doing things that you want or allowing yourself to be bullied. It's important that you speak up in the moment. And sometimes things like that happen so quickly that you blink and it's like, oh, what did I just sign up for? So pay attention to that kind of stuff on Sunday. If you're being pressured and you'd rather cave in because it's easier, then that easiness is an illusion. So make sure you put firm boundaries in place. And even if it feels unpleasant or like you're being stubborn or uncooperative, it's better to feel uncooperative and to stick to your way of doing things than to sign up for something that you then have to unravel for ages and ages later on. So that's what I get for this week. I hope it gives you an idea of what's coming up. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous week, and I'll speak to you next week.